back when I was promoting hashtag Tell Five People, I had created a document I featured on my channel called the Affidavit of Standing Jurisdiction and Status. And I had caught David Lester Straight um, plagiarizing my intellectual property as his own. And I had a bunch of people approaching me and stuff about promoting uh, my legal success and my legal theories and my legal documents, uh, official instruments that I created and stuff like that. And somebody referred me to Dana um, Obar and Chris Howlett and Kirk Pendergrass. And Kirk Pendergrass has a YouTube channel called Kirk's Law Corner. And they had invited me on to Kirk's Law Corner to talk about, my my legal success and my affidavit and all that stuff. And I had just been on Facebook challenging David Lester Straight, David Jose, and John Gentry to a 1 hour open debate to see who in the hell knew what they were talking about when it come to the law. Um, and all three of them, I mean, David Lester Straight, he just ignored me and blocked me. And John Gentry did the same thing. And David Jose trashed me for an hour and then blocked me. But I was talking to Chris Howlett. Chris Howlett had minimal success with one filing he did for Donald Trump. Chris had a business called E-Clause, and his business did some auditing for the government, and he wrote this little emoluments paper for Trump that got had some success, but that was the only success any of these people had. Period. And they rode rode that thing to its death. Okay, and then so I got on their channel and stuff to see, what their format was. And the first video I watched had were featuring David Lester Straight, and they had David Jose on there and John Gentry. And like I said, I'd already exposed and warned David Lester Straight about plagiarizing my property. Okay, and I had already confronted David Jose because he was promoting all this legal shit, how he knows the law and all that stuff, and he had I had just did a case for this lady who had paid him $800 to do some legal work for her in a custody case, and she lost her kids to the state, to Child Protective Services. And I did a pro bono case for her and got her kids back for her, okay? And so I just went through that shit with that bozo, and here he is on their show. And also, John Gentry had this petition going around, 50 states for 50 something. I can't remember what it was, but I had offered to ghostwrite his. He was going to take this petition on the floor of Congress and present this. This petition to Congress, and I said, "You listen. I'll ghostwrite that and get it grammatically correct and in proper form, so you'll get some attention there. And he shot me down and bad-mouthed me and blocked me on his channel and everything. And he went on the floor of Congress and got shot down. So, anyways, I went on to the that episode and saw all that stuff, and I brought that out, and immediately they didn't want nothing to do with me. So I just I kept looking at their show and everything, and the audience that watches that show, they use that show as like a chat room, and they have this chat going on that has nothing to do with the video that's going on and everything, and Timothy Holmseth was in that audience, and him and I kind of hooked up for a little bit, but he after okay. Chris Hallett wrote this complaint against Hillary Clinton for murder, and he was found shot dead in his home, and they the media tagged it as the QAnon murder and swept it right under the rug, and that was the last you ever heard of it, okay? But then from those dusts, in the wake of Chris's death, Kirk Pendergrass, David Lester Straight, and Timothy Holmseth assumed all these fictitious titles, they're on the pedophile task force and all this garbage, man, and you can go around to any place you see their garbage, and you'll see my comments tearing them down for what pieces of shit that they are. Because I'm the truth whisperer, man, and my object is to expose all the fraudsters. And those guys are all fraudsters. David Lester Straight, Timothy Holmseth, John Gentry, David Jose, and man, the list gets so big from there. But unfortunately, Chris Hallett was murdered in the process, and they swept that under the rug, okay? And all these guys perpetrating to be all the things that Chris Hallett actually was afterwards just shows you how pathetic and smarmy maggots that people can be, So there's my Tell 5 People extended version. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with that Tell 5 People hashtag. I use that so effectively. Matter of fact, I just when I discovered that the court was just unlawfully garnishing my disability for 16 years for child support, I used that for about 3 years to just tear them all down, tear down the county commissioners and the Governor John Kasich, and the judge, Anthony Capizzi. I tore them down for 3 years. And when I came back to Dayton, Ohio, I went to the county commission meeting, and within 3 meetings, I got all of my money returned to me representing myself. I didn't even go to court. I used their television airtime to smash them to death, and they had no choice but to give me my money back because I was obliterating them. But see, everything that I do, they learn from and they adapt from. Okay, so they from my affidavit of standing jurisdiction status, they adapt to stuff like that, And the county administrator, they changed the public speaking time from 15 minutes to 5 minutes because of me. And they violate the law. They're not allowed to remove that stuff. They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to do any of that stuff. They're not allowed to remove that from their social media files or anything. But they're not following the law. There is no law. They are the lawless. And you guys got to get that in your head, that these motherfuckers don't follow the law. That's why, it's so important that you understand that there is no Constitution. The Constitution was lost on February 21st, 1871, when the 41st Congress changed this from a republic to a corporation. Okay? They've replaced the Constitution with the United States Code. The Code, I've explained that to you before in several videos. You need to go look for that information. And I'm going to put you right on point. You got to get that through your head. There is no fucking Constitution. And anybody that pretends that there is one is lying to themselves and lying to you. There's not a single lawyer on this planet that doesn't know that what I'm telling you is the truth. And if they don't, they're ignorant. And if they say they don't, in a court of law, you can prove that they do, whether they don't or whether they do. Because the law says you can infer someone has knowledge of something due to their similar circumstances or their occupation. So there you go. You don't see any lawyers coming out as whistleblowers about the judiciary, do you?